beautiful people. Thank you for viewing. And once again, we're in the vehicle. And once again, I'm not dressed up because of weight training class first thing in the morning. And I'll talk a little more about that. But I got so much I want to share with you. So, and now for the introduction. La, la, la. Sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkle. Sparkle, sparkle, sparkle. A bunch of pizzazz and all that jazz. Woo! 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 Okay. Yes. So weight training. Dang. Okay. So I was look at that one. I don't know what the lifting of the bar. I don't know exactly what the name is. I forgot already. So I moved from a 35 bar, thank you, to a 45 bar. Okay, so that's something to, yeah. So, but nonetheless, when I was bench pressing, the one where you need a spotter, we went to a 35. Me and this other gal. So yeah. Anyway, since it's first thing in the morning, the class, it's really cold. So I was like, I had sweatshirt and leggings and so now it's the afternoon, and of course I'm in a vehicle, so the vehicle's even warmer. And normally I would like, oh, this feels so marvelous, but it's a bit much. But as to me getting changed, I think for the next 4 weeks, you guys will be seeing me just in my clothing that I wore. And all right, so I did remember how I shared with you that I wanted to share about the brain tumor. So I'm going to start from the very beginning. And so it begins the year 2000. I gave birth to one of the most beautiful babies. I'm serious. No one's baby. If you have a baby, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Because I'm just saying, one of my babies I was born in the year 2000 was one of the most beautiful babies that was ever born. And it was a boy. Woo! Because I always wanted a boy first. And the Lord blessed my heart. He gave me the desire of my heart. I had a boy. Not sure when or how long after I gave birth, but whenever I would eat, and I don't believe it was like all the time, so it was kind of like sporadic, but I would start feeling so sick, and it would show up on my face, and I just couldn't eat, and I wouldn't throw up, but I was just like, I can't describe the feeling because, well, honestly, right now I don't remember exactly how I felt, but I just felt so sick. And I remember one time I was at work, and they looked at me and they seen it because it just showed up on my face, and they said, just go sit in the back. And and so at this time, there was this new cool service around, and it's where you could call the nurse. Yeah, at this time it was brand new. So I called the nurse on the phone, and I told her what had been going on. I've been telling her every time I eat, and like right now I had this for breakfast, and when I told her what I had had for breakfast that day, which was a flour tortilla with peanut butter. I don't even think I had honey, but now if I would do that meal, it would be peanut butter and honey. But so she said to me, "Well, that breakfast is a bit heavy, and that's probably why." So that was what she had said to me. So I was like, "Okay, whatever." And so needless to say, with that feeling of I wasn't eating probably as I should have been. So I was nursing, and then with that issue, so obviously I was able to keep the food. I would not throw it up. So whatever I ate, I did keep. So I had the nourishment, the amount I needed, but I wasn't eating probably enough. And so yeah, I lost a considerable amount of weight. I remember people that would see me and they would say, "Wow, you look great." And one person even said, "Pregnancy has done you good." eventually, eventually, all these symptoms would go away. And this is where my ex comes into the story. Um, so, my ex said to me, "You know, why use condoms? Doesn't God control the womb?" Of course, he didn't say it like that. Okay, but now, I am making him sound that way because, oh my gosh. Okay, um, and he gave me examples from the Bible of how God controls the womb, and me then. Well, you see, I went into that marriage with it thinking, because we were already having sex, right? So for me, I thought to myself, after I got pregnant, after I found out, well, I want to do the right thing right now. I'm pregnant, and yes, but I want to raise this baby in the church. So, and he had asked me to marry him like a couple months before. Um, so it wasn't that now that I'm pregnant, when I had already said yes to him. And so with the pregnancy, because that was my thinking, I'm already having sex with him, and so we're basically married anyways, so might as well make it, where God will, it be, like in church, and, where the angels and God and everybody and everything will rejoice. All right, so my thinking. And all this was my thinking, and it was legalistic. I had to follow the rules, as if by my own goodness I was going to be allowed into heaven. But in actuality, none of us are allowed into heaven by our goodness, because none of us are good. And it's only by God's grace that any of us are allowed into heaven. And because he's so loving and kind that he doesn't make any of us love him. He doesn't force any of us. It's our choice. It's our choice to love him and to give ourselves. We give him what already belongs to him. And once again, that is our choice. Do we want to give our lives? Hey, Lord Jesus, I am so unhappy with my life, and I'm not liking where it's going. I'm not liking the direction, and I hate this feeling. So, maybe you're not there. Maybe you're not that. Maybe you're on the other side where everything's going great, and you're just feeling so blessed and so pleased. Well, that's great, because there's a scripture that says, in God's goodness, that's where he's showing us his love. Also, he's showing, because he wants us to be happy. He wants us to be blessed. And so it's either or. I seen the bus pass. That means my daughter's gonna be home. One of my daughters, my youngest. My other one stayed home because she wasn't feeling well. All right, back to what I was gonna say. Now, yeah, as you can see, I'm looking because I have these notes I wrote. Because remember, I had said I wanted to. All right. So, alrighty. Now, where was I? Like me? Oh, I put this. Oh, like my decision. That was all my choice. That was my decision, because of me getting, antsy and not wanting to wait for the right man, for God to bring me the man. I told God, and I kid you not, I told him, I am tired of waiting. I am not going to wait anymore. And then the next day, lo and behold, you right. You guessed it. Yes, that is sweat, guys. It's hot in here. I met him, and I wanted a man's. Okay, he was. The opposite sex. I wanted the attention, and yeah, I have a hard time calling him a man. Maybe I need to work on that. Maybe it's resentment, maybe it's hate, and if anyone has the right to that, I would say it's me. But yeah, so I made a choice to marry Judas, my ex, and I'll explain it later. And back to the point. not much longer, I got pregnant again. Mm-hmm. That's right. And so the average span that I have for my babies, because I do have a total of 7, is 18 months average span between them. And it wasn't. And then my next baby that I had, so I had the girl, beautiful, once again, one of the most beautiful babies in 2001. And then my next was another boy, and I was liking the pattern. I was liking the pattern. And did you guys see my daughter walking? My arm, after I had my baby boy, my arm started going numb on me. She's gonna bring a trash can up. You're gonna hear noise. Just wanted to let you know what it was. Oh my gosh, it's already 11 minutes. This is going on. I may have to cut this short. So my arm started going numb. Okay. So it was the left side. So that means it was my right arm. It was going numb, and then there would be, I would like hold him and it would go numb, and then when I was talking in mid-sentence, my tongue would go numb, and I'm just like, this is not normal. So that time I did go to the doctor. I went to the doctor's office. I explained to her everything that had been happening, and she knew that I had just had a baby, and so she said to me, you know, strange things can happen when you don't get enough sleep. So I was like, oh, okay. So eventually, all those symptoms disappeared on their own as well. And so that was my 3rd pregnancy, right? And during my 4th pregnancy, I had that day, my ex-husband, had decided that he wanted to play soccer. So I went with him with my 3 babies, because literally my eldest son, my eldest daughter, then my next son, and my son was just a baby, and I had to be behind him constantly on the playground while dad is playing soccer. Needless to say, that evening, I'm exhausted, I'm pregnant. I don't even know how many months I was pregnant. I was pretty far along, though, I believe. I had a grand mal seizure, which is the worst kind, and where you lose consciousness, biting the cheek, biting the tongue. I actually, from the lack of oxygen, I actually became delusional, and I don't even know how my ex and the 911 that was called, I don't even know how I got to the sofa, but I became alert and aware of my surroundings after the oxygen was placed over my face, and I guess my blood sugar was low, so I got some orange juice, and I became aware, and they said, I think you should go to the doctors. We're going to take you to the hospital. I said, no, I don't want to go. I'm not going. I'm not going to go with you guys. And then one of them said, I think we should take you for the sake of the baby. We need to see how the baby's doing. I literally looked down like, oh, I am pregnant. I am pregnant. So, okay, I'll go with you because of, because I'm pregnant. Oh my gosh. Okay, so that's all I'm going to share with you. Oh my gosh, I can't believe how much I'm sweating. Okay, so I hope you guys, I'm going to do a part 2 to let you know what happened afterwards. And so be blessed, people, and I hope you have a great week. And yes, it is sad and tragic, but now things are better. I would say so much better. So thank God for that. And so thank you. All right. Goodbye, beautiful people. 15 minutes. Woo!